Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again on board. This is DWA Media TV and we are so happy to have you. This is Weekly Talk Show and I'm your host Prince Larson, calling the Son of the Most High. And today, as always, we have news and we have talk. Without forgetting, we talk about things happening in Kenya and also international. And as I promised from your requests, that I'm going to bring somebody who's going to talk about mental health. Na leo kwa studio, yes, I have a guest and she's going to talk about that. What are we waiting for? Let's jump inside this great talk show. And in the house I have this beautiful lady. Welcome in our studio. Her name is ingekuwa poa kama jintroduce mwenyewe. Si ndivyo? Mimi naweza kuwa namjua kivyengine naye anataka kujulikana kivyengine. In the house, welcome madam. Karibu katika studio yetu.
Asante sana. Thank you very much, Mr. Prince, for welcoming me here and also for the audience who are also tuned in. Start with my name.
Yes, please.
I am Miss, it's very good to be specific, Yvonne Kiogora.
Yes.
And also I'm a mother,
Uh-huh.
I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I am a teacher in various aspects. I'm also, let me say, I see patients also. So I provide care.
Yes.
And for today, we are going to speak about something that is very passionate about. And in this speech, we're going to talk about Yvonne Kiogora. Who is she? Yvonne Kiogora is a trained psychiatrist, clinical officer.
Yes.
And she's worked in various places. And she still does consultations online, still does consultations on live or face-to-face. And she's also passionate about developing and making mental health literacy in the community accessible and available for everyone.
Yeah.
That is what we really want to do in this life.
Wow.
Yes.
All that in one person, ladies and gentlemen. You just didn't hear that, did you? And she's here. She's going to talk about the mental health issues. And how do we overcome mental health? And what is this mental health? Unajua, most of us tunashindanga tunasema, like personally mimi, I don't say depression, the mental health peke yake. But I read an article juzi nikaona paka food disorder ni mental health.
Kapsa?
Food, ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. So you are here today to educate us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming in our studio. Thank you for availing yourself today, because out of your busy schedule, by the ladies and gentlemen, kupata huyu, well, it's not easy. Let's talk about mental health.
Yes.
Mental health. What is mental health? Generally, what is mental health?
I love the way you asked that question, because I'd ask you, do you have mental health?
I don't think.
You don't think?
Exactly. Not unless you enlighten me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you find that most people, when you ask them,
Yes.
do you have mental health? Wanakwambianga, mimi sina shida ya mental health. Mental health sina. You're like, mental health is part of health.
Yes.
You find that in health, we have a WHO definition of actually what health is. And you find that you have to be wholesome. That is one thing.
Yes.
Physically,
yes,
mentally, spiritually. You have to be fit.
Okay.
And you find that you can never say you are fit without including mental health in the picture. And that's where we go wrong. Because people think, you need mental health. Mental health ni nini? Everybody has mental health. It only depends on something we call a mental health continuum.
Yes.
So iko hivi, unipate. Upande huu ni kushoto. Upande huu ni kulia. So let's assume this is my good mental health. This is my left hand, it's weaker. So this is my bad mental health.
Yes.
So at any one point in your life, it's like a seesaw. So we are seesawing through a mental health continuum. There are times when your mental health is really good.
Yes.
There are times when your mental health is really bad. And there are factors that bring about those issues.
Yes.
And those are the normal life challenges. And in fact, apart from the mental health continuum, we need to talk about the definition. So we talked about everybody has it. Because hata sometimes unakutana mtu ambaye ako na shida kama mtu kama na malaria.
Yes.
Mtu asemanga mimi niko na malaria. It's a physical. physical illness that affects the physical health.
It's true.
But it can have an impact on the mental health too, depending because of the strain. So what is actually mental health? Mental health, kwanza tuanze na mental health. Mental health is the wellness of a person. Wholesome wellness of the mind. And this person is able to be able to overcome challenges.
Yes.
And also this person is able to be productive in the community.
Okay.
So unakuta huyo msee lazima awe ako sawa. Tunasema kwa mawazo yake yako sawa, matendo yake yako sawa, because before you act, you use your brain. Because you just don't act without thinking. It's a process in the nervous system. So pia unakuta apart from that, huyo mtu lazima awe challenges kikam. Challenges ni mob. Tumekutana naye miaka mingi sana imepita.
It's true.
Vitu zimetupeleka mbio. Lakini tuko
mpaka tunataka nifika
hata simu yako unashangaa ulimpigia juzi. So you find that there comes a time whereby challenges come. Na ni kila mahali.
Yes.
I said I'm a mother. So sometimes my boy comes at home and he tells me he's been bullied. So what do? I won't go to school and beat up that boy.
It's true.
I won't go. So what will I do? I'll talk to him and tell him what is a bully. Who bullies who? How should you behave when you've been bullied?
Yes.
Because at his level, that is a challenge.
Yes.
At my level, hustling nimekuwa, my friend. Tumepambana kupambana. So you find that these challenges will come one after the other.
Yes.
So we need to develop a bit of resilience. So when you develop resilience, you're able to handle the daily challenges. Yes, including your bills, including the people you interact with, your education, your work, your children. So vitu ni mingi. Then, apart from doing very well in those two aspects, the next thing you're supposed to do, you're supposed to be productive in the society.
Yes.
Unaniambia ati uko na mtu nyumbani, labda mtu wa nyumbani ameenda shule ama hajaenda, hafanyi kazi lakini yuala. You see, this is a person you wonder what is wrong. Why can't you go out and do something? Be productive.
Yes.
So if a person is productive, there has to be something.
There's a problem.
Yes, definitely. So find that the definition goes wild. It's wide and also covers a lot of the social aspects.
Okay.
So these are things that we can see. Because when someone sees someone is depressed, there are some few things umeona uko nao ni depressed. But for the diagnosis, inapaswa kuwa ati mtu uende hospitalini, and then you go through some assessments by a qualified licensed practitioner. I can't look at you and tell you, I can see the anxiety passing over. Yeah? I can't say that. That would be wrong. So,
but people do that.
People like to look at people and maybe like stereotype them. But you find that in mental health, even for the diagnosis, we talked about the various things you know about.
Yes.
You have to go through a proper assessment, and there has to be some symptoms or some complaints, either from you as a person presenting or the person who has brought you, the guardian. Because sometimes when someone is brought to the hospital, you find that this person is not okay enough to express themselves. So it's the guardian or the caregiver or the parent or the husband, whoever is there, is one who will tell the doctor, this is what alleged, because the person can't report, I'm alleging he has weird behavior. What is weird behavior? Anajiongelesha. Okay. Anajifungia sana. You see, these are things that we try to educate the communities to understand. You can't look at someone, maybe someone is sad. We get sad. I do get sad.
Yes.
Because I'm emotional. Naweza anza kulia tu saa hizi. And then you say, no, we are depressed. Hapana. There's some levels of extremities that we look at as practitioners. Because we are trying to reduce the stigma when it comes to the world of mental health. Yes.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was an insight that we needed. We didn't know, most of us. All right, now about the mental health. So how many types of mental health can someone suffer? Like you're saying that I might say that I'm not suffering from any mental health, rather, but maybe there's something I might be doing that may result to that. So clearly tell us, what are these type of mental health? Maybe it appears to people on a day-to-day
All right. So you find we all have mental health.
Mhm.
It's only the left and the right, which is
Yes.
the continuum
Yeah.
that differs.
Yes, yes.
We might be seated here and someone is on a very good mental health scale.
Oh, okay.
So it's mental health illness,
Uh-huh.
mental health challenges,
Okay.
mental health well-being.
Uh-huh.
Because as long as you got a brain,
Uh-huh.
as long as you got that thinking capacity of the mind,
It's true.
you'll have mental health unless you have no brain.
Okay, it's true.
And no brain means you're not here.
Yeah.
You are gone.
Mhm.
Yes, you're not part of us. So you find that everybody has it. So you find that there are various categories
Yes.
that we have in when it comes to mental health
Yes.
illnesses.
That's true.
And we normally borrow, we
Mhm.
still borrow it from the Western world,
Mhm.
who have done more research
Okay.
than us,
Mhm.
and we have categorization
Yes, please.
in a different book.
Yes.
We have close to 21 categorizations.
Wow.
And those ones, in those 21 categorizations,
Yeah.
because I'm assuming it's 21 because there are many,
Uh-huh.
we have subsections.
Uh-huh.
Like, for example, the first condition that is there
Mhm.
is called neurodevelopmental disorders.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Very big ones. Do you have a guess what that could be?
Neuro, that will fly along with something to do with the brain.
The brain. You're catching on very
Yeah.
fast. That's good of
I'm
you.
in class.
Yes.
Definitely I need to cheer up.
Mhm.
So neuro.
Developmental conditions.
So I would think like the neuro system
Mhm.
has challenges in developing.
Mhm. Lazima waambie watu neuro ni nini kwanza.
Sasa
Sasa,
unajua
unajua
wewe ndio mwalimu.
So akuta neuro ni the brain part,
Yes, yes.
brain and the brain stem and
Yes.
the nervous system.
Yes,
So you find that a person might have some neurodevelopmental
it's
disorders.
true.
And most of the time you find that these things we diagnose when someone is young.
Yes.
And because you'll be able to see a child,
Uh-huh.
because there are things you see. So you find that the things that you're seeing, for example,
Uh-huh.
could be, we have a categorization of them. We have one of them is called the autism spectrum disorder. And it's wide. Sawa. You find that in this aspect, autism spectrum disorder, and these are conditions that happen from childhood. Alafu, one thing I'd like to make it clear is that people normally don't understand. When a child has autism, doesn't mean inaishanga. This child might have to grow with that condition.
Okay.
Sasa, there have been not places whereby I've seen a cure, like we have a pill for it. It's a condition whereby we are going to be able to understand there are various levels. So you find that we are trying to bring this person back to near normalcy in functionality. Because when this person grows up, they will have to be independent. But diagnosis is when a person is young.
It's true.
Then we do have mood disorders.
Okay.
All right. And of course, mood disorders, we have things to do with depression also.
Yes.
The things that you talk about. So I'm going to speak about at least 6 common categories.
Okay.
So category 1 will be part of.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a pen and a paper. Like this.
I'll do short summaries.
Yes, go on.
Yes. So the most common thing we talk about mood disorders, but the first thing we find is depression.
Yes.
And in depression, there are even other subcategories, which are many.
Yes.
But there are specific things that we see in a person. We have things that we call about, these things have to be present for you to start thinking about depression person.
Yes.
In our assessments, we talked about we need a timeline. We talk about a timeline. Just because you're sad doesn't mean you're depressed. So we at least need you to be sad for like 2 weeks. Not just sad ya kidogo, dile extreme.
Okay, it's supposed to be there.
Yeah, those are the things. We have a lot of things. Like we say, you have to be at least sad, extreme sadness for at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Unasikia mtu amejifungia kwa nyumba, hali, haogi, hakuli.
And that's normal?
No, that's depression.
Oh.
I'm talking step by step.
Okay.
So you find that then a person must have lost interest in previously pleasurable things.
Yes.
Mtu unaniambia twende form, naambia form gani? Unasumbua. You know, those are the things that we're looking at. Then you find that a person also you find that has loss of energy.
Yes.
Hakutu hana energy. Then of course vitu za usingizi zinakuja, the sleeping issues, the eating issues, the concentration issues. So that comes up with depression. We talk about biochemistry. There are some reasons why people might get depressed. And we are going to talk about depression more because we have a lot with linked to our next topic, which is going to be suicide. We find that there are a lot of, there's something called neurotransmitters. Tunasema neuro ni mambo za kuongea na nerves, na transmitter ni kupeana. So these neurotransmitters are responsible for transmitting messages. So nakupatia message, napeleka, nakupatia message, inasonga. Sasa, so when there's an abnormality in these neurotransmitters, we anticipate to see it manifest in a physical body now. Yes. But it starts at the lowest level you can ever imagine. And then inakuja ina manifest in the body. Then we have other things called bipolar disorders.
Bipolar, yes.
Bipolar, you find that we have a person has instances of highs and lows, high, or low and high low. You know, it's just like you're having a seesaw. Just think I love seesaws. Yes. So you find that the moods are seesawing all over.
Yes.
But even if a person could be someone who's having a personality disorder. Not just the condition, because the condition you must meet a minimum. First, to say you have this condition, there's a minimum of symptoms you have to meet, and the duration and the presentation.
Yes.
In case it doesn't meet that, we look for what else could it be that you are having. You could be having something called mixed features.
Yes.
Or it could be just a personality disorder. And in our setup, unfortunately, we don't diagnose personality disorders a lot. The only thing I've heard all over online, people know how to diagnose borderline personality and narcissistic personality. Anything else that falls in between, people have to ajuanishi.
Unajua sasa hizi hatujaingia class. Na sisi tu we diagnose with what we see.
Yes.
Unajua like when we go back to life, kitambo wa mama wetu walikuwa wakiona msichana hivi. Wanasema yule akona mimba yule. Ile ni mimba.
And they were good.
They knew how to do that.
That part they were very good because they would see things you're like they can tell, they can almost they're sniffing it. Yeah.
So I think Kenya we online doctors. We can also see only those two.
What you are Dr. Wikipedia. We know you.
Right.
Wikipedia has PhDs, huh? It's true, by the way. So you find that is a common condition.
Yes.
Hapa kule. We also have the personality disorders. It's also on its own category.
Yes.
People don't talk much about it. Then we do have the psychosis. Psychosis now includes the schizophrenia, the schizoids. We have the delusional disorders. It's part of psychosis. Psychosis basically just tells you that this person is lacking a reality.
Oh, yes.
Yes. That's because this is a cycle. You know, those are words we don't like using because they feel more rude to a person suffering from the condition. So there are things we don't use. This person is crazy. It's a rude thing. We don't use such words.
In a sound.
We say someone has a mental challenge, probably, and then we can now go down because we're still trying to reduce the stigma. So even in psychosis, we can have obvious psychosis that people can say, mtu anakuta makaratasi, mtu ajiongelesha barabarani, mtu ameamua kutembea uchi leo.
Wait. If we continue, kujiongelesha kwa barabara. Let's come there. Kujiongelesha kwa barabara.
Inaonekana umejiongelesha mara kadhaa. Unasema ngapi?
Unajua unakaa hivi, unapiga hesabu unasema we. Landlord leo atanibeba. Leo. Alafu ukimalizana na landlord unakuja unasema we. Chakula kwa nyumba hakuna. So unajipata unaanza kupiga hesabu. Ushatembea ukipiga hesabu. Niko na 20 bob, nikitumia 5, natumia ile nyingine ile. Hiyo 5 sitampea saa hii. Hiyo nitangoja kesho. Okay. Now, do you take that as a mental issue?
Thank you for that. I'm one person who is happy that we even have. Thank you for COVID. We can wear masks.
Yes.
I can have my personal conversations with myself in my committee, and nobody will see me. Yeah, because I always have a mask on, but it's a good thing. You have those conversations, talking to yourself is it's healthy. It's good to have personal conversations. And as a child, I grew up as a child alone. So I learned how to self-play, how to do things on your own, because you're the only person. So I got used to talking to myself, having a role play. You're having these, you're going to have these. And in that process, to date, I know I like living alone. I like having my own conversations. And it's actually a healthy thing. It helps you, rethink the ideas you have, rethink your problems that you have. We normally encourage guys, you can journal your issues. Sometimes you don't have time to journal. Like you have that unapigia story ya 20 bob, 5 bob. Unapanga bila kuna kuja. Shida ukianza fanya hivi sasa na kuna mask story.
This guy is really in another world.
Yes, but you find that the level at which you say you're speaking to yourself is such that even if you tap on this person, even say hi to this person, this person has no reality. And this person anajiongelesha, it's like ana have a conversation, anajibiwa, anajibu.
Yeah, by the way, yes.
Inakuanga ni kama anaona, anasikia. Wanamjibu bana. Ukimuuliza watakwambia wako hapo. Wako tayari. So you find that these are things that happen. There is an extremity for us when someone has a mental health illness. Yes, an extremity. So we don't just say we can have a little symptoms, because probably you can say unasikia masauti. Could be maybe uko na stress mingi, vitu ni mingi, hujalala vizuri, vitu vyaja. Sawa. Yes. So the other thing, the common thing that is, we've talked about the neurodevelopmental, because we have a lot of autistic spectrum diagnosis around. We're also having a bit of psychosis, we're having a bit of mania, we're having a bit of depression. There are few things, personality disorders can come in, but watu hawajaweza kuwa diagnose vizuri, because a person who has a personality disorder, kwa kawaida haendi hospitalini. It's you to take them, because then they are fine, they are good, they are balling, they are functional, remember?
But and they are so much okay, more than even you.
Yes. And you see that personality for them helps them move to the next level. Because now watu wengine, mbona huyu mtu hakuna shida gani? It's just their personality. So sometimes it can become, even we call it a disorder when now it's now affecting other people around you. Or you find that condition is a danger to yourself. That's when you start saying, this is why we might need to actually have an intervention. But kama watu barabarani, watu ambao unakuta wamebeba vibegi makatasi wakota wambalia makoti wanatembea tu vizuri. Those guys will never harm you unless they feel threatened. Now they will react. They do have the normal human way of fight or flight.
That's true.
Yes, if you do something there. But kawaida watapita tu hapo wakiongea, wakifanya stories zao, but sawa. If they were a threat to the public, the government would have done something to them.
It's true.
Yes, but they're not a threat. Yes. And that's why it's so sad that we can see them on the streets and there's nothing we can do about it. Yes.
Okay.
So the other thing, of course, you find that we do have sleeping disorders. We do have a bit of sexual disorders. Watu hawajui zipo.
Sexual disorders?
Zipo. Kwa mental health, psychiatry ipo.
Let's talk about that.
We're not about that. That one I need to increase my rate. My rate card goes high to talk about them.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think you also want to know about sexual disorder. I think that is what we're going to talk about.
We are talking about ourselves in the Suicide Month, Awareness Month, and then nasema rate card imeendaje. Yo, the house of DWA
should uphold its card.
Kabisa. Those ones actually happen, and when we talk about them, it's good that we go to school. I'll talk about my journey, why I went to study what I'm studying. I went to study and whatever I did. you find that these things, they're actually disorders.
Yes.
But watu hawajui. Mtu anafikiria yeye ndio jogoo mtaani. Baba, una shida hapo. Kuna shida.
No, you want to tell me it's not like
kuna shida. A human being should have a bit of regulation. Sasa, when you go to extremities, mtu amekuchorea ati Excel card ya madem 500. Nabaki umse. Anajua ana shida. Yeye mwenyewe anajipiga kifua hapo.
I'm the guy.
Kuna kitu kama hiyo.
Unajua vinyi inatufanyanga tunasikianga vizuri kama wanaume.
Mna. Watu wagonjwa barabarani.
You can't tell us that, man. No. Wewe tuambia hiyo. We think this is ndio. We to say.
Alafu mtu kama huyo unajua hata na hospitali kwa unajua hana shida.
Of course.
Anajua yeye ni bingwa. Uiji hapo.
Why should I go to the
hospital? Ndio kusema.
No, why should I go to the hospital?
But we know the person has a breach. We can see that. We are like, we can't call them on the streets, but we're like, I hope someone brings you my way. Yeah, it happens. You're the red card, you.
My people.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
So it's actually a disorder.
We have disorders, sexual disorders, yeah. There are a lot of things that there's this thing I've seen in the movies. I don't want to quote the movie, but this movie was extreme. And whatever it displayed was quite extreme, interesting. It had like a series. Nitaita 50. Hiyo 50 nakwambia, the things that were happening there, we have conditions that people have that are inclined to that kind of a setup.
Okay.
Kwa hiyo kitu kipindi cha 50 ndakita hivyo.
So okay, sorry to cut you. Does this happen to ladies also?
Yes. We are human beings.
Okay, unajua I want to think like no, I'm not like talking about sexual active, but they come wanaume. We want to go in around us, living around with multiple ladies. Do we have ladies who actually feel that way?
Na hakuna breki.
Njoroge Kamau.
Tunasonga mbele. List yasonga mpaka ashasahau mambo ya kuhesabu. Hajui, hakumbuki. Muulize majina. Anaanza kukauntia ile vidole. Ama akauntia zile sticks. Zile sticks kwa count kwa wadogo. Kikaso, kafika 5 na kanso.
Kamau huyo kufika vizuri.
Na ni vizuri kujua mambo haya. But rate card iko juu. Si leo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to we're going to talk about this in a short while. And more, we're going to talk about suicidal thoughts. And most people have taken this in a very different dimension, saying that huyu mtu kwani hapendi ugali. We see people talking on internet. Unasema this person immediately jiwa. Actually, we have our specialist here today. She's going to tell us why do people go in thoughts. Nafikiria acha mimi nijimalize. Like we have a recent case of this young female doctor, intern doctor, who took a life in Nyeri. In Gatundu, yeah? So why did she have to kill herself? Why did she have to take her life?